We all know that one player in our favorite team who always makes the best plays and yet gets no recognition whatsoever. So I think it's time to give these players the respect they deserve, showing in this video the most underrated player in each and every NFL team. Starting with the Buffalo Bills, Khalil Shakir. With both Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis gone, all the attention must turn to him and nobody's counting on him pulling through. However, he has proven to be a really solid wideout, and with increased targets, he should be on for a big season. Now for the Eagles, Kenneth Gainwell. They lost DeAndre Swift, so all eyes on Gainwell, but then they got Saquon Barkley to fill the spot. Gainwell may not be a top tier running back, but he gets the job done and people seemingly forget that. Onto the Houston Texans, Derek Stingley Jr. He was drafted in the top 3, so the pressure he had his rookie year was insane. People seem to forget about him, but there is no doubt he's been amazing and one of the most underrated players across the NFL. Moving on, Elijah Mitchell for the 49ers. He had a really good rookie season and was looking as a viable solution for the Niners. However, since getting McCaffrey, people forgot about him, even though he's still an insanely talented running back despite being the backup. Up next is Najee Harris for Pittsburgh. This guy has been surpassing 1,000 rushing yards every single year while having one of the worst O-lines in the league. He's truly the heart and soul of this offense, and yet even some Steelers fans want him gone. Insanely underrated. Now for the LA Chargers, Alohi Gilman. He has improved every single year he's played, and I don't think 2024 will be the exception. Not a lot of people outside of Chargers fans hear his name on a regular basis, but those who do know what I'm talking about when I say he's underrated. Up next, Sam Williams for the Cowboys. This defense is filled with big name players such as Micah Parsons or Daron Bland, so naturally Williams flies under the radar. However, he got some really good stats in 2023, and I think he could be even better next season. Then for the Jets, Hermaine Johnson. I won't lie, he has been kind of disappointing considering he was a first round pick. But hey, he took a huge leap in 2023 and nobody seemed to care. He could potentially break out in 2024, he definitely has the talent and he has shown some flashes of greatness. On to the Atlanta Falcons, Arnold Ebiketie. His rookie season was nothing special, but last year he improved quite a lot. He may not be the most explosive player out there, but I don't think most fans realize how big of an impact this guy had on Atlanta's defense. Up next for the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff. He just signed a massive extension, but everyone is saying he doesn't deserve it. People don't even consider him a top NFC quarterback when stat-wise he's top 10 in the NFL, close to the top 5. He's way better than fans realize, probably due to his past struggles over in LA. Moving on is Trey Palmer for the Buccaneers. He didn't have the flashiest stats in 2023, but there's no doubt he pulled through when needed. That's amazing considering he made the most out of every opportunity, yet got no recognition from the media at all. On to the Cincinnati Bengals, Jordan Battle. His rookie season was honestly quite impressive and he'll only get better from there. His game went quite unnoticed in the NFL world, but I'm pretty sure he'll show everyone what he's made of in 2024. Moving on, Javonte Williams for Denver. He was so promising to start his career, but there were always some complications in the way. However, the talent he has is undeniable and he should be on his way for a great season in 2024. On to the Saints, Paulson Adebo. He had his best season last year, being one of the best defenders in this team. The lack of credit people give him is honestly astonishing, and I think he will be even better in 2024, so remember you heard it here first. Up next for the Panthers is Adam Thielen. He was Bryce Young's only reliable target in 2023, dealing with one of the worst offensive schemes out there. He still pulled through and is now looking forward to another solid season in 2024. On to the Tennessee Titans, Will Levis. He was projected to be a first rounder and fell in the draft, so everyone assumed he was a bust. However, since taking over the starting job, he's been honestly quite a solid player and potentially the long-term solution for the Titans. Now for the Patriots, Demario Douglas. I would dare say he was the best receiver in this team, and although that's not saying much, most NFL fans don't even know who he is, and the sports media just seems to overlook every play he made in 2023. Moving on is David Njoku for the Browns. He's been given some credit recently, but still most people don't realize how good he is. He's probably a top 3 player in this Browns offense, and one who could single-handedly lead it despite being a tight end. On to the Giants, Kayvon Thibodeau. We all knew the potential this guy had coming into into the league, but seemingly forgot about him. He had a really good season last year, without much credit given to him, and no, just wait until next season because he may as well break out. Up next are the Seattle Seahawks with Boy Mafe. He's one of those players who doesn't have very flashy stats, but it's amazing when you see him play. This Seattle defense is simply not the same when he's not on the field, and that's honestly huge. Now for the Chicago Bears, Roshan Johnson. Whenever he played, he looked like a starting running back out there, even with a below average O-line. With DeAndre Swift now in the building, he's poised to be buried in the depth chart, which makes him even more underrated given his talent. Moving on, George Karlaftis for the Chiefs. He's one of the most important pieces of this defense and an absolute monster of a player. I don't think he gets nearly enough credit as he should, and his stats just come to prove how good of a player he is. Up next for the Baltimore Ravens, Odafe Oweh. He hasn't been very splashy, but he is definitely a very consistent defender. His game is way better than most people realize, and I think he still has a lot of untapped potential in him. Moving on to the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. He was injured and missed some games last season, which caused a lot of people to forget how incredibly skilled he is. Murray is a great quarterback, and with his revamped offense, he should have a really good season in 2024. On to the Commanders, Brian Robinson Jr. He took his time to make it into the starting lineup, but once he did that, he was unstoppable. He was a really good player for them, but since Austin Eckler is now in the building, I believe he'll stay rather underrated and not be able to fully display his potential. Then we have Jacoby Myers for the Raiders. His tenure with the Patriots was really disappointing, causing him to lose credibility. However, his 2023 season with the Raiders was honestly really good and productive, but his past may cause some people to overlook him. Up next for Miami, Tua Tagovailoa. He led the NFL in passing yards last season and overall had some good stats altogether. I'm not saying he's a top 5 quarterback, but I do believe the media hates on him way too much when he's been able to play at a good level consistently. Moving on, Devin Lloyd for the Jaguars. He had a really impressive rookie season as he showed flashes of potential to be a star. However, he took a slight step back in 2023, which caused many people to give up on him, but the potential is still there, and his last season, although not flashy, wasn't bad by any means. Now for the LA Rams, Ernest Jones. With Aaron Donald in the lineup, it's clear why this guy wasn't getting any attention at all. But now that he's gone, I think he'll have a sort of breakout season, showing everyone the amazing athlete he is. Up next, Ivan Pace Jr. for the Vikings. Since he went undrafted, he never had a lot of attention go his way, despite being an insanely good defender. Most Minnesota fans know who he is, but it's time for the entire NFL fanbase to see and recognize what this guy has been doing. Moving on to the Packers, Dontavian Wicks. Jaden Reed took all the attention as well as Jordan Love, but Wicks was a really solid offensive player who was overlooked by everyone. He has some really good potential, and I would say he should even slightly improve next season. And now for the Colts, Samson Ebukam. He's been in the league for a while now, and he has never been the most explosive player out there. However, he has improved a lot, turning into a valuable starter for Indianapolis, and I don't think a lot of fans realize it. But anyways, let me know who you think is the most underrated player in your favorite team. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see each other on the next one.